Okay, hi guys, welcome to College Prep. As you can tell, I'm not here. Little story, you got the intro video already done. Hopefully if you haven't, go back and do that one first. It kind of explains what's going on. But we're going to talk about the disclosure now. So you should have this disclosure out in front of you. It should be a tan piece of paper. It says Alta High Mathematics Department Disclosure Statement. And then right here it says Course College Prep Mathematics. If you have the one that says Secondary 1, you need to switch that right now. Okay, so please make sure you grab that. Alrighty, so I was looking at my rosters from last year and of people who were supposed to be taking this course, and I noticed I had a lot of similar names. I'm super excited about that. So a lot of these departments should be, or a lot of these little blurbs should be about the same. So if you've taken my class, one of my classes before, whether it was Math 2 or for some reason you skipped a grade and you were in Math 1 class, then you probably have seen most of this before, but it's a little different from the way I was teaching 2 years ago. So let's make sure you tune in, and especially since I'm not here, this is what you want to look at if you have any questions about how to get a good grade in this class, okay? Alright, so we're just going to go point by point. We're going to start here at number 1. Department of Philosophy. It is the mathematics department of Alta High School. We believe all students can be successful through timeliness, consistent effort, asking questions, and maintaining a positive attitude. That is the most ultimate thing in this class. So if you are confused at all, then you need to get your questions answered. Okay, you need to constantly try in my class. You need to show up on time. You need to always maintain a positive attitude and not give up, okay? If you do those 4 things and you study hard, I guarantee you anybody can get an A. Okay, anybody can get an A in this class as long as you get all your questions answered and you're constantly trying and you eventually learn stuff, you will be fine, right? All right. It also talks a lot about self-advocacy in our department policy here. Self-advocacy means you come talk to me. You discuss how you're going to pass this class. This class is your job, okay? My job, and the sub's job, is to present you with information and to grade your tests, okay? And grade your homework. That's it. We provide you with information and grade stuff. That's our job, okay? Answer questions is also in there. Your job, which is much more important, is to pass the class. Your job is to take anything we give you, any concept, any idea, any mathematical approach, and it's to be able to do it. That's it. That's your job. You have to figure out how to do it. If you can do it yourself, you will get an A in this class. It is not about your opinions. It is not about you as a person. It is you are able to do math. That is our deal here. I present you with math information. You'll be able to do the math concepts, okay? That's what it comes down to. So self-advocacy means that if you ever have a problem and you're not able to do your job, then you come talk to me. You come figure it out. I will answer any question you have. The sub will be here too. Answer any question you have, and we will eventually get you back so that you can do your job, okay? Your job is to be able to do math, right? Mathematics courses, usually you do math. A lot of people think that because they can't do their job, they're never going to pass math class. No, you have to come talk to me, okay? If you have any questions, you can come talk to me anytime. Course philosophy, number 2. This course, you may be wondering, what the heck does college prep mean? Basically, our course philosophy is to ensure that each student fully understands all the mathematics that are associated with select core content standards for secondary math 1, 2, and 3 as laid out by Canyon School District, and to ensure that students are prepared to continue their mathematics education in college or at a career. So basically, what we're going to do is we took the most important standards of the last 3 years, so the most important ideas, the most important concepts, and we are diving into them again. So some of this stuff you might have seen before, but we're going to go on a much deeper level. Okay, so we're going to make sure not only do you know how to do it, you know why it works and stuff like that. And because of that, you will be much more better prepared for college. Any of you planning on going on the college route will definitely, 99% of you will definitely have to take another math class. So that class will be much more easier after you've taken this course. Those of you that are not going on a college path, maybe you're going straight to a career, we will spend a lot of time also talking about real life applications so that you are much more prepared logically for a career. Okay, so regardless of which path you're going, college or not, you will be much more prepared for real life after this year in the mathematical sense. Specifically, the course goals, so number 3 here, the course goals. Your job breaks down into 5 key aspects. So you can identify, understand, and use all the vocabulary taught this year. That's your first part of your job. Second part, You will be able to perform all the concepts demonstrated in class. And I totally spelled concepts wrong. I do apologize. I will fix that. But you will be able to perform all the concepts demonstrated in class. Third part of your job, you will be able to explain why you're using a certain method or performing a certain calculation. Not only do you know how to do it, you know why. You will, as always as any other class, part of your job is to be able to complete all of the homework, the projects, and the tests on time. And you will expand your understanding of algebra as you head into college or into a career. So you have 5 parts to your job, pardon me. You will be able to use the vocab, do all the calculations, tell me why you're doing the calculations, you will do any homework, project, or test I give you, and eventually you will have an understanding of algebra as you move on to, or a better understanding of algebra as you move on to college or a career. Okay, so that's kind of what college prep is. Now let's talk about everybody's favorite parts, the course grades. How am I going to grade you, right? Because that's what you really care about at the end of the day. What grade am I going to get in this class? Let's talk about the breakdown. Tests, homeworks, and projects are the 3 categories here, and I know those percents look a little scary. Those percents look terrifying, right? 80% for tests and quizzes. Your grade will be based 80% off of tests and quizzes. And then homework will be 15%. We'll have a few projects throughout the year that will be 5%. Now here's the thing. That is not as a punishment. Okay, that's not meant to scare you. It's not meant to make you feel like, you know, this is going to be an impossible class. What it does is it, excuse me, lets your grade be entirely based off of how much work you've done. Okay, I don't want to grade you when you're still trying to learn something. Okay, that's why homework's only 15%. I want you to be able to take homework, and I want you to do it multiple times, and I don't want your grade to be going down horribly because you're not understanding something when you're working on the homework, right? That's the idea. I want you to be able to make mistakes in the homework. However, what a test is, what a quiz is that you show me that by the time I get to this date, I know what I'm doing. I know how to do this, okay? And that's the only thing I want to grade you on. The fact that eventually you know how you're going to do this. Okay, or you know how to do this, right? So if it's solving a linear equation or something like that, by test day you should know how to do it, and that's the only day I want to grade you on. If I could make tests more and homework less, I would. I really would, because I would much rather grade you on your idea of mastering the concept than your path to mastering the concept, okay? Yes, that does mean that those test days are going to be pretty stressful. Sorry, that's just life. It's even worse in college. They're more like 95%. The final's like 40% alone. But this is just sort of a gear towards that as well. So it's kind of something you'll see in college a lot. All right, grade breakdown is exactly the same as any other class here at Alta High School. We don't go into A+, so 100 to 93 is an A, 92 to 90 is an A-, and then it continues on down until you get anything below a 60% is not passing. Okay, so in order to pass the class, you need at least a 60%. As of today, when I'm making this video, the Regents Scholarship requires that you have a B. If you're going for the High Regents Scholarship, it's a B+. So that's, again, that could change, so that you want to talk to your counselor about, but a 4.0 GPA, obviously you'd need an A in this class. So depending on your situation, what kind of things break down for you, now you know what percent you need in order to get that, and you should know I am not a grade changer. If you have a 92.5, sorry, you have an A-. Like, don't come crying to me. It's just not going to happen. Or sorry, if you have like a 91, you're not getting an A. Like, it's not happening. Especially if you have like a 65, right? You're not getting an A. Keep track of your grade the entire quarter. Do not wait until the end, okay? Please, please, please. I always have people who think, what do I need? Or who ask me, what can I do to get an A? I'm like, well, you could have done all your homework. You could have taken the test. You could have passed it. Now you can do nothing. So at the end of the quarter is not the time to come talk to me about your grade. During the quarter is the time to talk to me about your grade. One of my promises to you is that I will always be in contact. Okay, I will always be in contact. In fact, you can make me make a little note right here. I'm going to do it for you because I'm pretty cool like that. Oops. Maybe I'm cool like that. I'm going to make a note right here that Mrs. Kennedy, or Mrs. K, as many of you know me, is or will always return an email. Wow. Email or message on Canvas. Either one of those. I will always return a message or email to Canvas within 24 hours. Okay, I will always do that. That is my promise to you. So if you have any issues about your grade, any issues about a test coming up, whether I'm there or not, I will email you back or Canvas message you back within 24 hours. And I'm going to show you how to do stuff on Canvas in a later video. But my email is on here. You can always email me, and I promise I will check it at least once a day. Okay, I promise. That's my promise to you. Your promise to me is that you will actually use that. You will take advantage of it, and you will talk to me way before the end of the quarter so that you can keep your grade in an area that you want. Alrighty, let's talk about the parts of your grade. Tests, everybody's favorite day, tests. So we kind of already talked about my ideas about why it's 80%, right? We kind of already talked about that. But let's talk about them specifically. So tests are either a unit test or a unit quiz. So we'll have two different types. There'll be a unit test at the end of each chapter. So at the end of each chapter, you'll have your big chapter test. It's going to be taken as a percent, so it will always be out of 100 points. And then at each logical break in the chapter, I'm also going to throw in a quiz. Now these quizzes are very much like tests. They're periods long, right? If you're in secondary 1, 2, 3, you remember they're called progressive assessments. That's fine. I just call it a quiz. And they'll usually be about 3 to 5 per quarter. So 1 to 2 quizzes per test or per unit, and then a unit test, and then maybe 1 to 2 in another. So we usually get about through about 2 units a quarter, and so you usually have about 3 to 5 tests per quarter. Okay. You are expected to be in class on test day. In fact, you will get a calendar later, so you already know exactly what days the tests are going to be. And if that does change, I will post it, but it's probably not going to. Okay. Very rarely will I ever change a test day, okay? That's just usually has to be a big, big reason for me to change a test day. So you know exactly what days you need to be in class to take these tests. Now let's say you're not in class for some reason, then you need to email me and figure out a time to come take it within 1 week. Okay, you have 1 week to come take it, and again, that comes down to the self-advocacy. If you know you're not going to be here, do it early. Do it early. Get it done. Get it out of the way. Make your life easier. Don't put everything off. I know people always like to procrastinate for some reason, but that just makes life harder. So don't procrastinate. If you know you're not going to be here, email me. I'll keep a record of it. We'll figure out a time for you to take it. But if for some reason something weird happens, you know, your car breaks down or whatever, then you need to email me and we'll figure out a time for you to take it. All right, retakes. You might all hate me after I say this, but I honestly wish I couldn't give you a retake. I really wish I could take this entire retake section and throw it out the window. That is my philosophy. I hate them. I hate them to death. Here's the thing. For some reason, having this additional little retake option makes people think they have an infinite number of options when they don't. And it actually gives you guys more stress than you need, okay? More stress than you need. Remember my ideas on tests. Tests are when you're supposed to show that you can do stuff, right? That's the whole purpose. It is not to give you stress. It is not to make you panic. A test is only supposed to show me that you can do math. That's it. I'm not grading your character. I'm not grading the cute little picture you draw on the side. I am just trying to see if you can do the math concepts. That's it. Okay? We can still be best friends, and you can fail a test, and we will still be best friends after. Okay? I will be a little mad that you didn't actually study, but I'm not judging your character on a test. So when you come in and you panic on a test day, you're not hurting anyone but yourself. But when you have this retake option, this retake idea, people always throw the original test out the window like it's not actually a test day for some reason, and I hate that. What you're doing to yourself is you're telling yourself, I'm going to procrastinate again. I don't want to take this test right now because I have a retake option. And then you never study for the test, and you never pass it, retake or original, and there's no point in that. So here's my deal. Once again, if I could throw the whole thing out, I would. But I was told I cannot have no retakes. Fine. So you guys get one. Once a quarter, you can choose to take a retake. Once a quarter. I'll say that one more time so you all can finish panicking. Once a quarter, you have an attempt at a retake. You get to choose which test, be it unit test or quiz. You get one test. That's not per chapter. You get one unit test. Now, we only have 6. Like 6 max. If that. We usually have about 5. Well, we usually have about 3. To be honest, you only got 3 to worry about. So you get to pick one. And you can retake it. right? So say something does happen, you do have a horrible day. Say you've actually been doing your job and you've been trying and you think you can do this and you walk in and you're like, holy crap, I have been studying all the wrong sections. What do I do? Then you may use your retake. That is what it's for specific cases like that. But just doing a retake because you didn't feel like taking the test today, that ain't going to fly in this class because you only get one, okay? You get one per quarter. Not only do you only get one per quarter, you actually have to do stuff to earn it. Okay, so you have to make sure, and remember this retake idea is the idea that you made a mistake and now you're trying to fix it, right? But that mistake shouldn't be that you haven't tried all chapters. So all of your homework must be in, and it has to be at least 8 out of 10. Okay, so you have to have at least 8 out of 10 on each assignment, and then you may try and take a retake, okay? You can choose to take a retake within 1 week of the original exam. So if you have the first test on Tuesday, October 10th, you can't wait till January 14th and to decide to retake that first test, okay? You get 1 week to decide, okay, am I really okay with the score? It's a C+. What do I think? Okay, no, I'm not okay with this. I'm going to retake it. Then you've used your retake. But if you decide within that week that C+ is good enough, and then later on you get all A's, sorry, you don't get a retake, okay? It's very, very college thinking here. It's very big self-advocacy thinking. You have to decide if it's worth it, okay? It's a golden ticket. Think of it as a golden retake ticket, okay? And again, I'm not trying to say that I don't understand that you have 8 classes and that you get stressed out. I really, really do. If you remember, I'm only about 26 years old. I was here in your situation very, 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 very short time ago. I know it's stressful, okay? But the day after the test is not the time to deal with that stress. The day before the test is the time to come deal with that stress, okay? So if you have questions, concerns, comments, you really don't think you're going to pass the test, don't wait till the day of the test. Come talk to me long before that, right? Long before that. If you get your questions answered and you come talk to me like a normal human being, like a normal adult, which most of you already are, please, 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 we will figure it out. Come talk to me and we'll figure it out before the test, and then you don't have to worry about when am I going to come retake the test. Okay, well, I have soccer this day, I have ballet the next day, and okay, I don't have time till next Tuesday. Okay, then I'll go then. Oh, but I haven't been practicing, so I'm not going to pass. Like, 90 other things you have to think about if you go take a retake. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is discourage you from all that, put it before the test so that you can actually pass and move on with your life. So this is actually being nice to you. I know none of you in this class agree with me right now, but whatever, that's the idea. Okay, so once again, you get 1 test a quarter, and all of your homework has to be 8 out of 10. All the homework from that chapter, okay? So any questions on that, please let me know. However, if you do choose to use your retake, please, 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 come in for help during the consultation times before you take the retake, okay? Do not just show up and say, oh, well, I kind of looked at my test and I think I'm going to try. You only get 1 per quarter. That's it. 1 golden ticket. If you choose not to study with that, or not to study and you use that golden ticket, it's not going to end well. You're going to keep that F, I guarantee you. So please make sure you actually re-study for the test if you do choose to retake it. Okay. Homework quizzes. Homework quizzes are an entirely different type of quiz, okay? A quiz, like a progressive assessment, is about 30 points, right? So that's a lot of points. Homework quizzes are like these teeny tiny little 5-point, I'm just checking to see you know what you're doing kind of things. So we roll in, we'll pull out a half sheet of paper, take a quiz, write it down, oh, I got it right, sweet, and then turn it in. That's really it is. Think of them almost as extra credit. They're almost extra credit if you really know what you're doing. We will usually have one about every other class period. So every other class period. If we're not having a test, we will do one like in between sections. And then I'll drop about 2 to 3 per quarter. Homework quizzes, there's going to be a whole video on how to do them, so don't worry about that. But I will drop about 2 to 3 per quarter. They cannot be part of your retakes. That's why they're in this separate category down here. Just because they're so logistically small, they're so tiny, it's just going to be a nightmare to try and fix these homework quizzes. So retake these homework quizzes. Since they're 5 points anyways, it's not going to change your grade much if you have 5 more points. Think of them more as grade inflators or extra credit, right? If you get 5 out of 5, then you've got an extra 5 points for your test. That's pretty much what it is. They're grade boosters. They put stuff out of more points so that it's not as dramatic when you get a 29 out of 54, and you've got all these nice little 10-point quizzes to kind of bump it up. So really, they're there to help you to make tests less stressful. But if I guarantee you don't do the homework, they will bring you down. So don't not do the homework. Alrighty. Speaking of homework, I'm gonna take a drink of water real fast. I'm tired. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, homework is based mostly on completion and effort. And as you will see, I'm going to show you a demo assignment, right? So like I said before, actually I didn't, sorry. Homework is entirely on Canvas. I said everything is on Canvas. That includes homework. Homework is on Canvas as well. It's, you don't need to print it out. It's all in there. You do the assignment, and then it automatically uploads your score to me, and we're done, right? So we're good. Again, I'm going to show you how that works. Don't worry, don't panic. We'll break it down. There will be, you should have gotten something called the alternative assignment sheet. And again, we will talk about what that means more in the how to use Canvas videos. So just make sure you keep it, okay? Homework will not be collected near the beginning of class. It will be due the day of class. So the second, it'll be due at 7:40 regardless of what period you have math. So if you are on an A day and you have math 4th period, your homework is still due at 7:40 in the morning. Sorry, that's just how the computer works. I can't exactly separate it by time, and I'm not going to, because you shouldn't be doing homework during other classes. So the homework's due the beginning of the day, every day. There will be a homework assignment almost every single day. It'll be usually worth about 10 points, and there'll be anywhere from 12 to 15 problems. It's really not going to be that hard. And late work. If for some reason you choose not to do your homework, whatever your life choice is, it'll be half credit if it's late. In order to do late homework, since your assignments will be locked, you have to email me. Say, Miss K, I want to do this late. Can you open this up for me? And then I will open it up for you. Okay, you have to email me. Otherwise, you just can't. It's going to lock. Okay, so I can open them up individually. Don't think that because Joe Schmo got the excuse to open it up doesn't mean you are, right? But you have to email me and be like, I want to do assignments 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now, all for half credit. I'll be like, all right, good for it. Go for it. They will be half credit just because I want you guys to keep on track. You guys like to procrastinate for some reason. Heaven knows why. I don't know. But if you're going to spend the entire night playing with your fidget spinner and not doing homework, then you're going to get a 5 out of 10. Okay? After the test, I will not open up homework. I just won't do it, okay? Because I don't want you staying in there. If the only reason I might consider opening up a homework after a test would be the review assignment, and that is to study for the retake, and you would not get half credit for it. You would get whatever score was originally there, okay? Yeah, so I would open up the retake or maybe the bonus so that you could practice some more, but I would not give you any half credit for that. Now, there is one saving grace when it comes to homework. One homework assignment will be a bonus assignment. While all the others will be worth 10 points, this one will be worth quote-unquote 0, so that when you get 10 points, it's an extra 10 points. So it'll always be at the end of the chapter. I'll call it the bonus assignment or the unit something bonus assignment or whatever, the extra practice assignment, and then you can do that. Those points only go towards homework. They do not go towards tests. They do not go towards projects. So if you already have 100 points there, you can still do it. Your homework score is welcome to go over 100%, which can only help your grade, but it's not going to go towards any tests, okay? However, if you're planning on retaking that, planning on retaking that test, and you need that 80% that you know that you're not quite there yet, right, you might want to do that just in case you think this test might not go over well, and you kind of want to give yourself an extra buffer. If you've got like 3 5s, and then you do the 10 points of homework assignment, I will distribute them amongst if you have like 2 5s and like a 6, I will distribute those 10 points amongst those 3 assignments so that they all go up to 8, right? So you have a 10-point grace, like a 10-point bubble to play with if you do this extra homework assignment. It's all a very case-by-case basis, but if you do that, you have an extra 10-point homework assignment. And remember, you need that 80% in order to actually take that retake, do that one if you choose to use it then. Alright, so that's homework. Yeah, that's homework. Next concept, cheating. This is always a fun one to talk about. Cheating kills my soul. I hate cheating. Cheating is the one thing that I am so adamant about. It literally makes me sick to my stomach when I talk about it. Cheating will not be tolerated in any way, shape, or form. I don't care if it's not one of the ones listed on the page here. Cheating is despicable, and you should feel like a bad person for doing it. I know that sounds horrible, but it's true. It's not even worth your time. Cheating could be anything from taking someone's homework, taking credit for someone's homework, having someone do your homework. Yes, I know the computer You can have someone do your homework. Cheating on a test, copying answers, looking at someone else's test to see if they're even on the right page. Sharing calculators. Yes, us math teachers are not stupid. We know you write the answer down in the calculator and then, quote unquote, share it with your friend so they have the right answer, okay? You cannot share calculators during a test. Cannot use a cell phone for anything other than music. I want you to be calm when you take a test so you may listen to music, but if you pull that cell phone out, that's it. You're done. Talking during a test. I don't care if you've been done for 45 minutes. If you start talking to your friend, you're done. 0 on your quiz. I don't care if you had 100%. It's over. Like, I hate cheating. Cheating is dishonest, it's stupid, and I just don't want to deal with it. That's it. Any cheating, even the ones not listed here, anything that gives you an unfair advantage over somebody else will result in a 0 for that test and no retake option. That's it. And I guarantee if you only have 5 tests a quarter, that 0 is going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. Okay? And with the homework, it's going to be a 0 for the homework. It's going to be total 0. You cannot make it up. There goes your retake ability. Like, that's it. The reason I'm so strict on this is because it's just plain dishonest, and dishonesty bugs me. Okay? It just does. There is no reason. Like I said at the very beginning of this video, anyone can get an A in this class without cheating. Anyone can get an A. You just have to get your questions answered. You have to be on top of your game. Okay? That's your job. Get an A in this class. Know what you're doing. If you have to resort to cheating, then you need to reevaluate your life because you clearly haven't figured this out by senior year. Anyways, like I said, this always makes me kind of upset when I talk about it because I know that you guys are smart kids and it bugs the crap out of me when you try to cheat because everyone in here can get an A. There is not one person in here who can't. So, any questions on that, feel free to email me. I'll send you a whole monologue more of stuff about cheating. Anyways, attendance and tardiness. Back to Happy Miss K, yay! Attendance and tardiness. Then we're going to follow the attendance policy of Alta High School, right? You realize it just changed. If you didn't, it changed a little bit. Guardians and parents can no longer excuse you from being late. They can do a G code, which means you still have, that still does affect you. But more information on that and what logistical actions are being taken, you can talk to your administrator, your assistant principal, or you can talk to your counselor. The easiest way to avoid any issues with attendance and tardiness is to just be here. Just be here, okay? The sub will be taking attendance. I will be taking attendance. Yes, we will account for tardies. If you're more than 10 seconds late, you get a tardy. Just be on time. Show up when you're supposed to. Be an adult, right? If you say you're going to be somewhere, if class starts at 7:40, go be there at 7:40. If class starts at 2:20, then go, or not 2:20, class starts at 1:30, go be there at 1:30, right? Be an adult and be responsible. That's really all it is. If you get here to class on time, that's the best way to ensure you get an A in this class, too. If you skip class, you're making a personal choice to ignore the notes. Now, if you're not here, everything will be on Canvas for you, but it's so much easier if you're just here on time, okay? That's part of your job. You show up, you do the job, right? You do the job. However, if you're absent for whatever reason, say you have mono, right? Or you have a dance recital or some school excused activity, you know, life happens. I understand that. I'm a human being too. As you can tell, I'm not here, right? I'm having a baby. So I understand that people are absent. If that is the case, then the best thing is self-advocacy. Email me. Tell me why you weren't here. Be like, Miss K, my car broke down on the freeway and I almost died. Oh my gosh. I'll be like, oh, are you okay? Okay, yeah, sure. We'll talk about the math test later. But email me and tell me what's going on, okay? I always want to be kept in the loop. I know I have a lot of students, but I really do care about your life. If something's going on and your attendance is like slipping for some reason, email me and we'll figure it out, right? The policy I have to put in here says that you have 2 days to come retake the work, or to come make up the work, right? But even that, everything's online for you. So if you miss something, you can already set it up. You don't have to wait those 2 days, but I will give you about a week to figure out your life and then get yourself back in order, okay? Late work after that, if you come to me at the end of the quarter with some story about how every single week your dog died, I will laugh at you because that doesn't even make sense, and I will not give you, it's just not going to happen. But late work, again, if you email me and tell me what's going on, I can open up an assignment for you to redo for half credit. I can open up assignment excused absent for full credit, and I will keep track of that. You don't have to worry about that. You just have to talk to me. You just got to talk to me at the end of the day, okay? That's all it is. Class and behaviors and expectations. This goes along the same lines as cheating. This is a very important sentence right here. Every student has a right to learn in a comfortable and safe environment. That is a federal law, okay? That is not just a state law. That is an actual federal law, Okay, that is a law I have to obey. That is a law you have to obey. Every student here has a right to learn in an environment that makes them feel comfortable and safe. Okay? So if you are breaking that law, it bugs me. And action will be taken, okay? Do not distract people from their learning. As almost an 18-year-old, you do have a choice on how you want to learn. Okay, if you want to sit there and do nothing, and you want to doodle on your notes, the only person who's going to suffer is you. You are violating your own right. Okay, and you technically are breaking the law, but there's not much else we can do about it except give you an F. Okay? However, if you break someone else's right, if you are sitting there talking to Jenny the entire period, even if Jenny wants you to, you are breaking the law. Because Jenny's environment is now no longer comfortable and safe for her to learn. You are distracting her, whether she admits it to you or not. She can no longer learn because you are busy talking to her. You are busy showing her how your fidget spinner comes apart and goes back together. You are busy, or you're making her distracted so that she cannot get her A. And that bugs me a lot. It bugs me almost as much as cheating. So, in order to not break the law, you are going to cover these 4 items. Respect yourself, bring what you need, be prepared, be on time, adhere to the dress code, all that jazz. Respect others, which means turning off cell phones, putting them away during lecture. If you want to help them out with questions, fine, but don't do it during lecture, right? Otherwise they've missed stuff. Respecting the teacher, whether that means me or the sub or a teacher in another another department, or even down the hall, any other teacher here. It definitely deserves your respect, okay? Anyone who comes in the classroom deserves your respect. Anyone who is of an authoritative figure, okay? If something is said, something is done, something is decided, I decide, no, you don't get to retake this test. You accept the decision, you move on, okay? You respect my decision. And lastly, respect the classroom. Please pick up your crap. It's so annoying when I leave the end of the day and I have to explain to the custodians why my room looks like a 3rd grade classroom. You're almost 18 years old. If you brought a soda to class, throw away the dang soda, okay? It's really not that hard a concept. If you notice there's other stuff on the ground, be a nice individual and pick it up, right? Remember the golden rule, treat others how you want to be treated. So that's really what it comes down to classroom expectations, okay? This is a safe environment. We want everyone to learn. You want to be able to do your job and pass all those tests, so you need to obey those rules, okay? That's really just what it comes down to. Now, if you feel these rules are unfair in any way, you're more than welcome to come talk to me about it. If you don't think you should have to pick up garbage because you're so cool, then come talk to me. I'll probably laugh at you a little bit, but come talk to me, okay? However, until we have a discussion, follow them. Follow the rules of respect, okay? That's really all I ask of you guys at the end of the day. Another way to think of this is my 3 Bs. You'll notice my posters up on, if you're looking at the screen, the left, you'll see those 3 B posters: be respectful, be on time, and be, I believe the last one is engaged? No. Be on task. Be on task. Be respectful, be on task, and notice I don't use these anymore. So anyways, forget that part. 3 Bs, you can follow them if you forget to respect people. Respect is the most important one, though. Consider everything else falling under respect. Being on time, that's respectful, right? It doesn't distract from my time. Being considerate, right? That's definitely respectful. Being prepared. Oh, that's awesome. Be prepared. If you have all your stuff, you're respecting yourself. Okay, so it's very important that you respect yourself. I expect good behavior from all my students. In turn, I will learn to trust you, and we will have an enjoyable time in this class. Alrighty, cell phone policies. Cell phones. Mine is a little strange because everything is online. So first off, let's talk about test days specifically. So it is a test day. You have a unit test to take. You roll in. Here's the policy. I do not want to see your cell phone. No cell phones on test days, okay? As said before, you may use it for music. You are welcome to listen to music with it, but if I see it, it's a 0 for the test. So once you pick a song, put it in your pocket or put it under your butt, ladies, if you have a dress, okay? So I don't want to see the phone. It's not sitting on the desk. Same thing goes if the sub is there, okay? There's no calculator cell phones. No, I was just using a calculator. No, none of that crap, okay? I have plenty of calculators for you. Don't want to see the test on see the cell phone on test day. And if I do see it, it will be under the cheating policy. You will get a 0 and no retake. Beyond test day, during lecture, I ask they stay in the backpack because, again, that's distracting poor Jenny, who needs to really focus and pass this class. However, because the homework is online, 9 times out of 10, we will have extra time at the end of the day. Okay, 9 times out of 10, if, everything goes according to plan. because everything is online, I don't want you to just have to sit there at the end of the day. So if your phone accesses the internet, you are welcome to begin your homework early. Okay, so I actually do want you to bring some sort of device that accesses the internet to class, since more often than not, we will have time to start homework, and I don't want you to have to just sit there when you and then have a lot of homework when you get home. So if you have something that can access the internet, whether it be a phone, an iPad, a PSP, whatever, the Nintendo Switch, fine, go ahead and bring that to class. It must remain in the backpack during lecture. No excuses. Okay, so if you're supposed to be taking notes, you need to be taking notes. But if you want to start your homework after the notes are done, then that's fine. And again, this is your job, is to pass the class. So if you choose not to use the homework time and not to get your questions answered, okay, right? You can sit there on Facebook, but it's going to be your grade that suffers. Okay, as long as you're not distracting other people during lecture, you're not breaking the law, right? Then it's fine with me if you don't want to do homework. But I really, really strongly encourage you to have something that uses the internet so that you can, or accesses the internet so that you can do your homework in class and get questions answered right there, right? Instead of 10 hours later when you're frantically dying to do the homework. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. If you do not have access to some sort of electronic device, do not panic. Okay, we will talk about that. I am trying, I'm crossing my fingers, you can't see it, but I'm trying to get some sort of like 3 to 5 set laptops, so like having 3 to 5 laptops in the class just in case like people forget their phones or things like that, or their mom doesn't want them to use their data or something like that. I don't know if I'm going to be successful in getting extra laptops to class. I will let you know as the year approaches a little more. And sorry, for me, I'm making this video in June, but so I'm trying to get a little closer. As we get a little closer, I will let you know whether that is going to be a possibility or not. However, after school, the tutoring will have laptops. Okay, so one of our engagement times, whether it's before school, after school, or sorry, it's before school advisory or after school, the after school tutoring with the teacher will have laptops. Okay. Alrighty. Enrichment, speaking of that, I am available for help. This is actually incorrect. I am available for help every single day. Because I am not there, I don't have to go to those Tuesday late start meetings. So not only am I available every single day, I am also available after school every single day. So I am available via email every single time, right? Miss K made a promise to you that she will always answer email or Canvas messages within 24 hours. But if you need instant assistance, right, then you can talk to any of the other 9 teachers in the school, right? We have 9 of them, 9 math teachers, pardon me. You can talk to any of the other 9 math teachers in the school. You can talk to them before school, you can talk to them in advisory, or you can come talk to them after school if they are doing the tutoring, right? Sometimes they'll even help you if they're not doing the tutoring. Chances are, if you're here with senior year, you've probably had at least one of them throughout your 3 years here earlier, right? So you can go see them if I'm not here. You can also, ask questions during class with the sub, right? You can talk to him. If he's willing to stay after school, then maybe he can help you too, right? Or it can help you any other time. Also online, there are a lot of resources. All of our videos will be available to be seen over and over again. But if you really need person-to-person contact, you can talk to any of those people. This kind of wraps into number 6, dealing with unusual circumstances. In the event you have a problem beyond your control, then you just need to talk to me. That's it. You need to come talk to me. That self-advocacy thing is super, super important. You've got to be able to come talk to me. So I'm not going to put in every single statement, every single thing that could possibly happen into this disclosure, right? But remember, at the end of the day, I am a human being, okay? I understand that people get stressed. I understand people are absent. I understand things happen, and that's not really the word I want to say, but things happen, right? The best way to fix those things is to talk to whoever is involved, right? Go talk to your teachers, not just me. If you have some weird circumstances, your grandma died, your dog died, you suddenly have to go on chemo, or maybe even positive things like you won a contest and now you're going to be gone for 5 weeks. Like, whatever weird, uncircumstantial, or unusual circumstances there are, communicate with me, okay? Talk to me. I will always be there to help you. I will figure something out. However, don't talk to me at the end of the quarter when there's nothing I can do. Okay, talk to me as soon as you find something happen. I'm not saying you have to email me the day of, but try and fix it as fast as humanly possible. Okay, talk to me, we'll stay in the loop. I'm not guaranteeing what my answer will be, I'm not guaranteeing what the plan will be because there are so many unusual circumstances, but if you talk to me, we'll figure something out. Definitely will. Speaking of contact, number 7, my email's right there. It's jordakennedy@canyonsdistrict.org. Please do not send stuff to me to the cdsdocs.org. I never check that email, and I'm never going to. Okay? Just don't. Canyons District, or better yet, just canvas me. Canvas me. Put a little note down there. I'll even do it with you. Canvas. Here, we'll put that over there. Email me via Canvas. Okay? I know you've got 8 different people, 8 different teachers that you need to remember how to contact, but Canvas is such an awesome tool, okay? Email me via Canvas. I'll be on there at least once a day. If you email me via my email, that's fine too. They both get sent to the same place. So whether you email me on Canvas or email me by my email, I get it in my email. So I will definitely contact you back within 24 hours, whatever that unusual circumstance or even a usual circumstance. You know you have a cold, right? And email me, keep me in the loop, okay? I just ask that you keep me in the loop so that I can actually help you out. Alrighty. That was a lot of information. I fully understand that. That was a lot of stuff. Luckily, you have the sheet in front of you in case you forgot anything. So what it comes down to, though, is you have one job in this class. Your job is to pass math. If I present you with something, you need to be able to do it. That's your job. All of the other stuff wraps around that single job, okay? So whatever you need to do, you need to get to class on time. You need to turn in homework. You need to do the homework, or not turn in. You need to do the homework. You need to, turn in anything else that I ask you to turn in. You need to do projects. Whatever it is, your job is to be able to do math, okay? And if you have any concerns about that job, you're not able to do that job, you need to email me and you need to talk to me. That's what it comes down to, okay? Your first homework assignment to be able to do that job is down here on the next page. It says, I have read and understand the disclosure statement. I have discussed it with my parents and filled in any details explained by Mrs. Kennedy in the class. Filled in details is just this last page here, okay? Parents, please ask your students to fill you in on the details. Some details include stuff like retake policy, things like that. Go over that with them. And any concerns have been discussed with Miss Kennedy. In order to get your first homework assignment done, 10 points, first free 10 points, I need you to fill out this page. Please print your name so that I can read it, right? And then sign. You are almost 18 years old. Get used to signing stuff in your name, okay? If you don't have a signature yet, make sure you figure one out. So I want to see your signature. That's more important to me than your parent's signature. I want to know that you know what's happening in this class. Now, until you're 18, I do have to include your parents. As important as your parents are, they are very, very important people. I'm more concerned with what you want. However, they do need to sign as well. They do need to sign. And then down here in the comments and concerns, it's a very important section for me. If you have anything that I should know about you, like, I'm diabetic, I need to leave randomly in the class, or I am, I don't know, I don't speak English. That would be a very big thing to know, right? I do speak a little bit. I speak a decent amount of Spanish. I'm not going to say it's good grammar, but I do speak a decent amount of Spanish. Also, if your parents don't speak English, right? That's important to me too. I don't speak Chinese, sorry. But if anything like that. Also, if you do not have access to the internet on a daily basis, that's a really big one. Since most of my stuff is online, if you are in a situation for whatever reason, and you don't have to give me a novel, but whatever reason you cannot access the internet on a daily basis, tell me here, okay? I just need to keep a track of that. And like I said, we're going to discuss some other options when we talk about the homework for those of you who do not have that option. But if that is your case, please, please, please let me know, okay? This assignment is due next class, okay? It's due next class, and it's due in paper format. This is one of the very few things that you actually have to turn in to me in this class. So you'll turn it into the sub, and I will get it, and then I will get it back to you. If you have any questions at all, you can either replay the video, or what can you do? You can email me. Yes, let's try our first email, right? So if you have any questions at all, you can email me, let me know. Other than that, we'll move on to the Canvas videos.